how's it going? Doing good? Good, because I am. I'm about to really talk about some books here. Well, one book in particular, so let's get on it. So, had to make a decision this month because I've been super busy. I'm not going to be able to get a book review and a book versus movie. Now, I was going to do a book versus movie with this book I'm going to review. However, I don't feel like you guys want to listen to me rant for half an hour on the movie. I am going to be reviewing Horns by Joe Hill, but first, let's take a look at this. Now, they did okay for the majority of the movie. Casting could have been better for Marin. Her voice. The girl that they chose to play Marin, I never want to see her in anything ever again because her voice grated on my ears like nails on a freaking chalkboard. The main thing that really turned me off of this movie wasn't Daniel Radcliffe's attempt at an American accent. He did okay. But it was how awful they made the ending. They changed it completely. If you've read the book, the ending, like the climax, is actually really exciting and it's really good. And you I sat there watching the movie going, this isn't, too bad. They've changed some things, taken some people out, similar to any other book to movie, but no. Surprise ending here. I sat up, it gets to the end of this movie, and I'm just sitting there, leisurely watching it, and it starts to kind of not look right at all. And so I sit up, and then the big scene happens. I sat up, I shot up like a freaking bullet, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? What is this shit? It made me understand why the movie, when it came out on DVD, was only $9.95 or whatever, when most of them come out at twice the price, if they were any good. It also made me realize that the month it came out on DVD is the reason it was on Netflix as well. I was so frustrated that I couldn't do a video for you guys on this. I couldn't do a book to movie because I would just sit here and I would tell you all of the ways that this movie was completely wrong. It was awful. I would not recommend watching this movie at all. I'm sorry. I apologize. I love Daniel Radcliffe and I want him to make more things, but dear Lord, please do not watch this movie. It is not worth your time at all. However, I do have some positive things to say about the book Horns by Joe Hill. First of all, phenomenal writer. I need more by him. I know that he has the heart-shaped box now. I want to get this. I want to get these two books to read them because I really enjoyed Joe Hill's writing style. I love the sarcasm of Ignatius. I loved kind of the story, how it was somewhat told in flashbacks, but not really, and it's from his point of view. And I loved how horns kept coming into the book. Not just horns, but trumpet, trombone, something like that. Some sort of musical instrument, horn came into it too. Okay, because we all know that I can't summarize a book to save my life. I'm going to read you guys the back cover because it does a really good job kind of getting its hooks in you. And I think it kind of sums it up somewhat. There's a lot of conflict in different ways in this book, and it kind of gives you a lot to think about. It is a book that you really have to sit down and think about. I freaking loved it. It was amazing. If you haven't read it, I suggest you read it. But before I keep going on like that, let me do what I said I was going to do and let me read this to you. Okay. It says, Marin Williams is dead, slaughtered under inexplicable circumstances, leaving her beloved boyfriend, Ignatius Parrish, as the only suspect. Ig spends the night drunk and doing awful things. When he wakes up the next morning, he has a thunderous hangover and horns growing from his temples. Ig possesses a terrible new power to go with his terrible new look. A macabre gift he intends to use to find the monster who killed his one true love. Being good and praying for the best got him nowhere. Now it's time for revenge. It's time the devil had his due. It is so good. I will definitely read this again. I probably will never watch the movie again. I give the book at least, I don't even remember what I rated it on Goodreads, but I would give it a good 4 out of 5, probably a 5 out of 5. I think my favorite part of this book was how Joe Hill intertwined Maren and Ig's love story with all of these terrible things that are happening, how certain places remind Ig of her, and then how it causes a flashback and it shows us what happened at that particular place in a different time, and it shows his journey to figure out who murdered his love. And it's beautiful. It's sarcastic, it's a little morbid, but it's really just a beautiful story about a man who has his girl taken from him. And not really seeking revenge per se, but getting that, finding solace, finding peace with what happened and his journey to figure out who killed her and why they did it, and to prove his own innocence, because everyone at this point thinks he's the one that's done it. And it's hilarious along the way, but it is so beautiful just how much Ig loves Maren is overwhelming. I think. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away about this book because I want you guys to go read it. But just know that yes, it's kind of morbid. Yes, there are some scenes that are a little, not what you would, well, I guess you could expect it from a book called Horns, but what I want you to take away from this very, very bizarre review is that at the heart of this book, it's about finding peace with yourself after a horrible event has taken place in your life. And it just, I have no words for it right now, but I urge any of you to read it. I think it's such a phenomenal story, and it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me feel all of the feels, and the writing was phenomenal, so I would definitely recommend this. I apologize for this review not being very structured or, kind of along the lines of a normal review, but I just feel like you guys should know that this book is more than the trailer of the movie. It's not just him going around making people say whatever the hell he wants them to say. It's about accepting truths and absolutes and dealing with that kind of thing, and it's a wonderful story. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I will be back with another video as soon as I can, but I guess I will see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this video. All of my social media is down below, like always. I would definitely recommend reading this book if you haven't yet. If you have and you have a different opinion or you have something you want to say about it, go ahead and put that in the comments. I'd really love to hear everybody's take on this. So I am going to leave it at that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye! I was going to do this originally as a book versus movie, but let's talk about that real quick. You did well, but there were 2 light bulb. So you know what I rate this movie? I rate this movie crap. I totally just threw that.